Hello everyone, I'm Garima and I'm a corporate advisor at Shuraa Management and Consultancy.
I'm Israr. I work as a corporate advisor for Shuraa Management Consultancy.
Aren't you excited?
Of course I am.
Yeah, we're getting to talk about this topic, UAE Vision 2030, and by the time we've spent here in UAE, we have inculcated so many of its values that I think both of us are more excited to talk about this topic.
Of course, I am very excited about this topic because it's one of my favorite topic involving this economy.
Yeah. And on this note, I was going to go to you and ask you also about the history of UAE, because before jumping to what it'll look like in 2030, the future, let's go a little towards the past and how far it has come from there.
Of course, this is my favorite topic, so I'll speak on that. So, Garima, speaking about this topic, I think we have to go past 50 years. In 1959, when oil was discovered in UAE. Before that, no one could have even imagined that this desert would have been this place.
Yeah.
So in 1959, I'll just give you a very mind-blowing fact. You will love it. So in 1959, what happened that the economy, the GDP of UAE was around, 58 or 59 billion dirhams.
That less.
Now in 2023, it stands at around 1.6 trillion dirhams. So you can see the difference in these 50 years.
And how far it has come.
Exactly. And past 50 years, UAE has been an economic engine for Middle East region, diversifying the economy, and we have spoken about the strategic location it hosts, connecting Asia to Western countries, etc., etc.
Yeah. And then, the UAE vision that they have, the future vision, I like how aligned it is to the world economy and politics as well, because what they're doing is they're aligning a lot of these Vision 2030 goals with sustainable development goals, which are part of Agenda 2030, the UN Agenda 2030. So I like how much they're taking the whole world together and being at the forefront of what the global economy is going to look like in future.
Yeah, indeed, I really, because it's going to be very, intimidating and at the same time very exciting to see. So, Garima, I think for our followers and everyone who is viewing this podcast, we want to make it simple. I just wanted to ask, if you could give us, what exactly is UAE Vision 2030?
Okay, so now the Vision 2030, the UAE Vision 2030, it's part of, I think, the 5-6 goals that are part of this UAE Vision 2030, and few of them I would like to mention here is Dubai 3D printing technology, the Dubai industrial goal, and the Dubai autonomous transporting system, and the environment plan as well. So there are 6 goals I think in total, but few of them I recall and I've mentioned it here. But yes, let's go over these in detail as we go along.
Well, let's start with the environment one, because you know that UAE government has environmental goals. UAE has pledged that, they will be net carbon zero by 2050. And I got this very amazing fact. And in anyone who wants to invest, in, carbon related companies, carbon related technologies, environmental technologies, UAE government has recently planned to invest around 165 billion dirhams by 2030 in carbon-related technologies.
Imagine the influx of technologies we should expect now here in UAE.
Of course.
Yeah. The crucial point is that when COP28 happened here, I think UAE, they went all out, welcoming all these countries to UAE and making sure that that UAE always resembles with the goal that the world has with the environment. That is the one thing. Second thing is a few of I think there was one CEO as well. So I would like to mention here that there is a very important personality. He's the CEO of Ariston Group. His name is Alberto Turner, and he mentioned very specifically that how Middle East will play a very significant role when it comes to environmental development. And we can see that by the royal family members of royal families pledging that they will, reduce the carbon emission in forests of Northern Africa. That is a very important step as well, I think.
Of course, if someone from royal family has pledged it to you, it's a testimony observe what the government is thinking about in past pictures. So, and what, Garima, do you think that how, since we corporate advisor, we get a lot of queries from our clients that exactly we want to invest in this technology, we want to start this business. So, how do you think that business can align with this?
Okay, so now there is a lot of opportunity for businesses. In coming future, Dubai will become at the forefront of AI technology, machine learning, and that is how you reduce the carbon. Yeah, you reduce the carbon emission. And I think a lot of existing companies that are running IT companies outside of Dubai, they should find this place, a harbor or a country that can accommodate all these emerging minds in this technology of artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Of course, and I'll just give you a very, since I love statistics, I'll give you, UAE itself in 2023 has around 65,000 millionaires as of 2023. So it's one of the most highly densely millionaire populated country in the whole world.
And it shows that how much they have come out of the oil dependency. Now, most of the economy that is run in UAE is not based on oil, but is based on technology, the infrastructure, the people that they have, because they have multiple nationalities here working at different dimensions.
Exactly. Many people have this, what should I say, this myth in their mind that, UAE itself is being running just because of oil and money. But it is not a fact like that.
Yeah.
Because, there are multiple kind of infrastructure over here and diverse kind of activities which many businesses are doing. So it's not just oil over here anymore. Of course, oil itself is around 28% of GDP of UAE. But apart from that, we have, Dubai itself, there are a lot of opportunities for different kind of businesses.
Yeah.
And the main part is the government is, what should I say? The government is promoting it.
Yeah, government is the backbone of everything, I think. And I would like to now also talk about the Dubai industrial policy. Yeah, how crucial that policy is, because they're going to focus on 6 sectors, from aerospace to maritime to food and beverage, pharmaceuticals, medicines, even aluminium and metals. So I don't think they've left any industry that they're not going to focus on. They want to create Dubai as the infrastructure hub, as the manufacturing hub of the world. And I think they're rightly doing so by creating so many dedicated areas for this industrial progression, like Ras Al Khor, like Al Qusais, Al Quoz. So all these areas, they're dedicatedly manufacturing units. One of the testimony to this is the global players in these sectors like Honeywell, Emerson, Daikin. They have their manufacturing set up here.
Of course, and I guess you would also, affirm with me on that. And second on that, we have a lot of clients who wants to, because we get a lot of queries who wants to set up industrial plants.
Yeah.
They want to take warehouses, they want to manufacture. Because I just had a client recently he's from Turkey. He wants to set up an auto accessories manufacturing plant in UAE.
Yeah.
So, because the US happens.
So now the good thing about setting up this manufacturing unit here in UAE is that you can go to a very credible free zone like Jafza, and then there is a very cost-effective free zone like Ras Al Khaimah as well, Rakiz. So they both lie on the same platform because they both have gotten this designation of being a designated free zone. So any company that is either set in Jafza or in Ras Al Khaimah can benefit when it comes to taxations, by setting their company there. And of course, we both know how cost-effective Ras Al Khaimah free zone is.
Of course, we know that. I think we should also tell our viewers that, because what exactly the benefits of designated free zones are.
Yeah.
We need to tell them because designated free zone are, of course, the Federal Tax Authority compliant. They follow the rules of Federal Tax Authority. And there are a lot of tax incentives that are being given in...
if you're located in designated free zone, So if there are certain qualifying activities, if you qualify with those activities, you can avail these tax exemptions or tax relief that the FTA, if you fall under the FTA category. See, now more, I would also, it becomes very interesting for me how Dubai, like how you mentioned in the initially in our podcast, that the location is so strategic, that there is North Africa at one side, there are Asian countries on one side where you can get raw material at such a cost-effective price, you can get human resource a quality human resource at such a cost-effective price. And then the Western countries can play as a market. So making Dubai in UAE an industrial hub, a manufacturing hub, is a very interesting step, I think.
Of course, I will affirm to that because, you, as you have mentioned it very clearly and you have spoken very clearly about that itself Asian countries host a lot of, brings a lot of employment into UAE.
Yeah, true.
And we have a lot of West Asian countries who are looking to invest over here. So it can be a combined effort of both the whole world to have a progress in UAE.
True. That's true. Now, with so many,
I'll also mention one thing about that because, since you mentioned about countries, UAE itself has a lot of free agreements with free trade
agreements.
like India, Singapore, Turkey. There are multiple countries where UAE has a free trade agreement with these countries. So if you are a investor or a business is located in these countries, you should know about that. Because, these countries have free trade agreements with UAE. So you can also have a lot of benefits while you will be exporting some goods or you'll be importing some goods from these countries to UAE, or if you're bringing services from these countries into UAE.
On the same point, I would like to mention that UAE also has double taxation agreements with approx 90 countries. So imagine the benefit an investor or a trader, someone who wants to do trade here in UAE can avail through these agreements, through these.
So if I am a company and I have, suppose if there's any country, double trade agreement, what happens?
It's not double trade, it's double taxation. Yeah. So what happens is that if a country, say for example, UAE and India has double taxation agreements, then the company does not does not have to fall into the taxation liability in both the countries. So both the countries will come into an agreement that the company which is located in both the locations will only pay a certain amount in tax.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Actually,
I didn't know about this. Thank you for telling me this. I really appreciate it. So if I have a company in India, and just giving an example. Just giving an example. Suppose if India and UAE in the future or right now have double taxation agreement. So if I have a company in India and I have a company in UAE, so I can get the tax benefit of both the countries because these countries have
because of the agreement. Yes,
that's amazing.
Yeah, actually. Now, keeping all these points in mind, I think UAE becomes a very, a Bermuda Triangle for all the investors that there are. Keeping in mind the industrial policy, the environment, the strategic location, the political stability, the safety and security of the different nationalities, I think it becomes a Bermuda Triangle for all the investors that there are to come here and, start investing in the country, in their businesses, in the future
itself. And I also mentioned that UAE has joined a lot of alliances right now. Like I'll tell you about BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. So UAE, along with Saudi Arabia, of course, has joined this agreement also. So from these countries, UAE will have a lot of, a very diverse economic partnership they will be having in the future itself.
Yeah, and the political stability that it brings at the table by being in alliance or in agreement with so many countries.
So Garima, I want you, since ladies first, of course, so I want you to
thank you for that courtesy.
No problem. So I really want you to summarize this, how we have talked about this podcast.
See, I would just like to mention here to our investors who are watching this video right now that come to Dubai. The future is here with the artificial intelligence, the technologies, emerging infrastructure, influx of different nationalities, and the platform that the UAE government has provided. This is the place to be in when future arrives.
Of course, I'll summarize this for us, for our viewer also. So look, if you are planning to invest in Dubai, if you are planning to invest in UAE, this is the best time to do so. In the past 20-30 years, you will see a very huge difference if you are investing over here, and that will be one of the most wisest decision you will ever make. And I'll just say it, my ending is Habibi, come to Dubai.